really got a show to glow. Life stories wild like a late night dream. We're spilling the tea and it's hot like steam. Bruddc and Kitty, we're here to play. Life and gossip every single day. Laugh a little louder, who needs control? It's the Bruddc and Kitty show. From trending news to the tales untold. Spinning the wheel, let the stories unfold. Catch us in the vibe where the chatter grows. With a pair that keeps you on your toes. What's the buzz? What's the word? Spill it fast, haven't you heard? Bruddc and Kitty, we're here to play. Life and gossip every single day. Laugh a little louder, who needs control? It's the Bruddc and Kitty show. Truth or dare, we're taking the leap. Stories that'll make you laugh or weep. Tune in now, let the fun explode. This is your stop, it's the Bruddc code.
I wonder if anyone's singing along nowadays with these
Yeah,
songs.
I hope they are.
Good evening, good people. You're watching the Bruddc and Kitty show. Kitty, how are we doing on this lovely Friday evening?
Well, happy Friday to everyone. I'm about to.
We made it.
We made it. We've done it, and we've promised we're going to stay away from politics.
Oh, yes, we did. Oh, yes, we did. We can kind of try and stay away from it, I suppose, because this one's on the edge of it, really.
It's on the edge, but we're not going to talk about DT, and we're not going to talk about KS.
Yes, indeed. Kitty, we've had a whole load of videos that we've put on the list to review for everyone today. One of them particularly got that bee in your bonnet going, and it's DR Shola, a prominent sort of figure on social media. She had a video. Let's have a little look at it and let's see what people think. Let's find it. DR Shola. And this is are you watching the Challenge Cup round 3 tonight? I'm pretty sure she is.
Yeah.
Right, let's roll.
Where are the white women? I'm looking, but I can't see. Let me put my glasses on. I still don't see them. Is it my shadowed eye? We're just wondering where the white women are following the release of the Epstein files. Because I don't see white women protesting on the streets. I do not see white women collectively, undeniably being visible and vocal in exercising their white power, white fragility, and white tears to hold to account powerful white men that have subjected and deliberately targeted white women and white girls for rape, sexual molestation.
Okie dokie. What were your initial thoughts when you heard that?
I'm absolutely disgusted that another woman could actually do this. This is not a black or white thing. This is a man-woman thing. This is a man in power. These are men in power that have taken advantage of young girls and young women. Colour aside, it's not about white women. It's about women. And it's really annoyed me that she's made it about race. How dare she take away from the fact that these victims were women and they were young girls and made it something clickbaity and about race. This is the time when women should come together. Bearing in mind, there were some black men as well at that island. You know, the name Chris Tucker, Jay-Z, these have been, bandied around as well. So before you start making it about a race thing, think about what it was: women, it was girls, it was children, possibly young boys as well. We don't know whether that's been involved. Yep. Stop making it about your agenda, which is race baiting, when the big issue is it was women, females.
Yep. What I would say in DR Shola's defense, and I want to say this, and I want to say it from a perspective that I don't think that she was trying to do it in a clickbaity way. I hope that her intention is that it's like saying to everyone, right, guys, wake up. Look what's happening. The reason why I believe that she made the comments about white women is because there's been leaked emails and stuff that's come out and said that they didn't want black women on their island because they were too much trouble and too much hassle, apparently. And there's loads of
To be
memes
fair,
coming out. There's loads of memes coming out about that. So I would hope, from her perspective, obviously this is social media, this is clicks for money and stuff like that as well. So I imagine she is trying to get that sort of furious sort of outrage from people, white women especially.
she might well be sort of poking the beast to wake us up, which is fine. But I just want people to realize that women should be coming together on this.
Not just women,
you know
not
how
just
we
women,
got.
not
Yeah,
just women.
but everybody should be coming together on this to say you're not allowed to do this. Is not acceptable. Who's told me to shut up?
I don't know where. Oh, where? Let's have a look and see. Oh, Caden Van Alleman. Oh,
Shut up.
from YouTube. Oh, I don't know. Someone you've upset.
Okay. So yeah, okay. I'll shut up about the elites touching little children. I'll shut up about the elites hurting women. Shall I shut up about it? Why would that make you feel more comfortable? Do not come for me when it's women or maybe young boys that have been being attacked by the elites. You shut up,
Yeah,
rude man.
and I suppose we do say no politics on Friday. It's meant to be not really a chill show, but it's meant to be a break from politics. But unfortunately, with this and with what Dr. Shola is saying, I think where she went wrong with this, she should be saying, and everyone that's of decent morals should be saying, we want to know every motherfucker's name that was on that list, everyone. And and we used the analogy yesterday, Kitty. If I go around your house and there's 9-year-old girls being fiddled with and I walk past, even if I walk past and I don't report that to the police, I am now just as guilty as all of you there. So anyone that went to the island, and especially those that went after he was prosecuted for troubling little children, you need your day in court. Everyone that we should have. This is the thing. People are so divided. We can't even say, right, let's have a truce on all the trans stuff, all the LGB, all the race baiting kind of stuff, like everything. Just today, we're going to deal with the scumbags that we know that went to this island. It should be demanded. Republicans, Democrats, the people should be demanding that we see that list and we see exactly who went there. We get all the information, not half the information. Trump don't get credit for releasing half the information. I want to see everything. Absolutely everything. You promised that everything was going to get released. I want to see it. And everyone should have this anger.
I totally agree. The anger I'm feeling is not about the race thing. It's just the fact that she called it out. I understand what she was trying to do. She was trying to say, "Come on, get your big girl pants on but don't do it that way." Because if you want to play that game, where were you when P Diddy was troubling all them women? Where was all my black women then? What, covered in baby oil? I don't know.
Yeah. It's
a fair comment, surely.
She was on Piers Morgan a few times about that. I can't remember the context of what she was saying, but she was roasting. I know that much. I think that's kind of what she's kind of like a stand-up comedian kind of vibe. That what she does. She was definitely on Piers Morgan a few times, doing it. Who's doing
But
this?
I just think she's come about it the wrong way. Every woman, every person, any person of moral standing, like you say, who is not even, doesn't even.
When it comes to troubling women and children, I think everyone should be able to put down their differences and hold people accountable. But what's a great thing to distract, because we all know, like, there's only one reason why we're not getting the full details, is because there's powerful people on the list that you don't have to be a brain surgeon to figure that out. Then you've got Keir Starmer coming out and saying, "Oh, I apologize to all the victims," and all that. It just looks so. Do you know what? I really did hope that that Keir Starmer would do his time and try fix the problems that the country's facing today. But the more and more I think about it, I can see him jumping ship.
Yeah, he's
And
going to have to leave soon, especially for this Peter Mandelson thing. I think, unfortunately, he'd gone up in my estimations with the Chinese thing. We're just skirting around politics, by the way. He'd gone up in my estimations with that. He'd gone up in my estimations where he basically called Trump out and said, "No, you don't. Not on the British troops. You don't do that." Went up in my estimations. When he tried to say, "Oh, I'm sorry, he lied to me as well." No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that MI6 and MI5 didn't have every detail. I don't believe it. I don't believe you.
the problem is
Sorry.
we don't know how far the cesspit goes, really, do we? Because
Mm.
anyone that's in because like I said, if there are people in power, like authorities in power, that are protecting certain people, they're just as guilty as well. They need their day in court, and the rabbit hole just gets deeper and deeper and deeper.
Where
And
does it stop?
literally, no, it doesn't stop. This is the thing, people are realizing. I was watching PBD, and they're saying exactly the same thing. Every Piers Morgan with AT the other day, exactly the same. They're saying exactly the same. Powerful people are being protected. So that's sending a message that powerful people can trouble children with impunity.
And then you hear the numbers of how many children are going missing. So not only are they troubling them, what else are they doing?
Yeah. Are you seeing? I'm seeing all these videos popping up on my Instagram feed, and what looks like children being tortured or some crap
Yeah.
madness like that, and you just don't know what you want to. You just don't know what's real. You just really
No,
don't
and
know
then
what's
I'm
real.
and then I'm seeing videos of him allegedly being alive. And I think,
Yes, them as
how
well.
can
Yeah.
anybody want to keep that alive? That needs to be gone.
Yeah.
Gone.
Yeah.
That needs to be obliterated from the earth, because anybody that thinks it's perfectly okay to manipulate the world that way and use little children and young women is evil.
Yeah.
Evil, beyond
And
evil.
but this is who's running the country. Evil, but like pure evil is running the country.
Exactly.
You couldn't get away with doing all these things. There's flight records. There's pilots flying children out to these islands. Every single one of them is just as filthy. If you can't play ignorance, what the hell am I doing dropping all these little children off to this island? This is
Yeah,
madness.
exactly.
This is madness. So many people need their day in court for me, but it's not going to happen.
The parents as well. Any parents that let their children go,
Yeah,
I want them named and shamed as well. How dare you? How dare you put your
100%.
children through that?
And then there's this, I was watching PBD today, actually, just watching their podcast, and they were speaking about a email that's got leaked or something, and it's been spun in a certain type of way. Let's just get the facts up so far. So what we know is that an email was released from Epstein. Someone emailed him saying, or he emailed someone saying that just got a 19-year-old or a 19-year-old / 9-year-old. Some documents say 9, some documents say 19. We don't know, but it's basically someone saying they've ordered a new car. Basically, that's how these guys are talking, and people are they're saying it's a typo. It's a typo that made it that turned 19 to 9, but I've seen some of these young girls around the bar things on freaking on Instagram, and some of them do look as young as 9, so it wouldn't surprise me anyway. But yeah, I mean, it just makes you want to vomit, really, doesn't it? But
do you know one of the theories I heard yesterday? Do you know who John Bennett Ramsey is?
I think I've heard the name.
John Benet, sorry, her name is. She was a young girl that was found in the cellar of her mum and dad's house on Christmas Day. She was a pageant girl. She was famous American, and it's never been solved. Never been solved. This little blonde Cupid doll thing. And somebody mentioned that he was at her birthday.
Who was at her birthday?
Epstein. Now, whether this is true, allegedly, this is something that's, one of these conspiracies.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh my God, all these years, and the mum was accused, the dad was accused, the brother's been accused, to this day, they still don't know who did it. And, the mother died not knowing what happened to her baby. despite, you know, and if that's the case,
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, you don't know. Like you say, these are the conspiracies that are being thrown out there, and now I think they're just going to assign everything to him. I mean, I've even saw that he was possibly involved with Madeleine McCann.
Yeah, I've seen that as well. I saw that. Saw that as a There's a video of someone with a picture of him with a girl, and they said, "Oh, it looks like it." But unfortunately, we live in a sick world of the clicks and stuff. You know, people. And do you know what? Like, you know, for instance, if me and you was to put something foul out there, like clickbaity kind of stuff, we'd get so much stick for it. Like, we'd get so much stick for it.
I
But
will be able to sleep.
these news people, they can do whatever they want. They can literally post the
Yeah.
maddest stuff. Like, you know, these news channels lie. The Daily Mail's famous for it. Like, you know, the Sun, all of them. Like, they can post the most scandalous things. Like, get the worst pictures, everything. Let's move on to another video. This will just steer us well away from the politics now, guys. I'm sorry we went there. But this is a video you sent me about a woman. I suppose it's basically on the same lines of clickbait, really, isn't it? Let's have a look and see.
Can someone tell me why black men tend to date unattractive white women? It's a genuine question. I just want to know why.
If you ever wanted to figure out how to go viral, that's literally it. The
Yeah.
woman just starts her video. Why do black men date ugly white women? I don't know how to answer that. I will say this. What I've noticed in all men, I won't say all men. I don't like. What I would say is black men for sure are more open to dating anyone. They will date a Chinese person, a white person, like, you know, everything you can imagine. I'm sorry if I can't remember everything, like, you know, but they will date most black guys that I know. Only a select few would say, "Oh, I only date black girls," like, you know. And I'm pretty sure it's exactly the same for white guys. Like, you know, some white guys have preferences. They only date white women, and some only date black women. You know, I've seen it both ways. Like, you know, but
I did think though, you know when you said before about apparently they were on that list, they said don't bring any black women because they're more trouble. That might be her answer.
She said it, guys, not me. She said it, but not me.
But no, I just like you say, these clickbait things really they do their job, because I'm like, firstly, who are you to say anybody's unattractive? Who are you?
That's true. That's true.
Do you know what I mean? What you might find unattractive is it could be the most beautiful woman in the world to, obviously she's had a black guy turn her down and then seen him with a white woman. I mean, that's so obvious. You know one of them as he walks past her hand in hand. But I just think you've got to blend your cheek. I mean, she's an attractive woman. There's nothing unattractive about her apart from her attitude.
Yeah, I would say that there's a subliminal message in here, but then there's also the clickbaity message. Like, she doesn't even try to defend what she's saying. It's just the easiest clickbait. You choose, like, you know, this social. So I was speaking to someone the other day, and they were saying, "Look, social media is really easy," and I was like, "What do you mean?" It's like you just pick someone to wind up or someone to suck up to, pick a demographic, and you do it. And this is what that person's done. She's chosen to be, like, she's going to get a lot of stick for this sort of video. It's going to get loads of comments, going to make her loads of, well, it probably won't go on the Creator Fund. But what I would say,
It did make me sort of smile, because I thought, well, do you know what? It's got other views. It's got it's building her account. But it's just, I just don't like any woman putting in.
Kitty, this is what we're missing, I think, on social media.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna have to start being
I think we're too kind, we're too nice. It'd be so easy for us to sort of do this. Like, we're in a, like, you know, we've got so many platforms that we can share our stuff on. Like, we could be clipping the most hateful stuff ever and get loads of hate for it. Or loads of whatever. You never know what happens after this.
I mean, it's like that time when I read out that statement from Hulk Hogan, and I laughed and went, "Nobody clip this, please." Could you imagine if we'd have clipped that? You know, when I was reading that statement about what Hulk Hogan said about his daughter, you know, we could have clipped that, and we would have just gone. White woman says the N-word. But yeah, I don't want to.
The problem is you would have got more stick from white people. from
Yeah,
white
oh
women.
yeah.
You would have got more stick from white women that said that, like, you know.
Even more so when they found out I was Chinese.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if that give
Even
you.
more so.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. But what I would say now is what we have to bear in mind is, like she says, dating ugly white women. I would say that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and
Hmm.
most people are average. Like, let's just be very fair. Most people are average, so most people are going to be with average-looking people. Like, you know, so is average stunning? No. Like, you know, is average stunning? No. Is that, like, there's a lot, I like, you know, getting deep into this subject, there's a lot of black women that do feel that, you know, black men don't date outside their race a lot more than any
Hmm.
other race. And it's true, black men do date outside their race more than any other race. What some black men will say is that, and this is what some black men will say is some black men will say black women are too hard work. They're
I have heard that.
they're shouty, they're angry, they're aggressive, and all this kind of stuff.
They also say that they're entitled as well. You know, like you turn up for dinner and they expect you
Yeah,
to pay for it.
and let me just say, for someone that has dated outside my race plenty of times, like, you know, women are all the same. Like, women are all the same. Like, you know,
Yeah,
for
we
any,
are.
like, you know, for anyone that says, you know, what, there's this old sort of perception of white women as being these do whatever you want kind of do, like, you know, sucking eggs, like, you know, yes daddy, I'll get you this, I'll do this. Some will for sure, that, like, you know, there are some women like that, but normally, you know, once you actually meet them properly and they get their claws in, then you start seeing the real deal. We're all
Yeah.
mental. 100%.
Yeah, we
Women,
are absolutely. I mean, I'm literally diagnosed, so I know for a fact anybody that puts up with my ass deserves a medal.
yeah,
So, you know,
100%. Women in this day and age, you know, let's just say, you know, you have to treat them with kid gloves. Like, you know, the best thing I would say to men is, to women of all race, all colors, all desires, whatever, is with a man, if you argue with a woman, just say, yes, you're right. It's easier that way. It's
yeah,
easier that way to
completely
say,
right.
yes, you're right, and then just go upstairs. Sometimes that's not enough, though, because, you know, some women want to make you so. Some women, you know, they're going through their emotions. They see you nice and calm. They want to they wonder why you're not going crazy. And if
Yeah,
you let them, they will drive you crazy, fellas. Like, you know, so you just
we'll
have to
keep
be.
poking.
Yeah. And then this is what normally happens is, so it's a guy, like my brother told me this story the other day. He's driving his car with his partner in the car, and she's like nipping at him, turn this way, turn that way, like just constantly berating him, like with different instructions, and he's getting angrier and angrier. And he said to me he was trying to stay calm, and then he just snapped. He went, what? He just sort of, like, you know, just like, you know, gave her the he showed her the teeth, let's just say. And
I bet she turned around and said, "What are you getting so angry about?"
yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly my point. That's exactly my point. It's like, yeah. What, bitch? Oh, look, what's wrong with you? I'll speak to you when you calm down. Like, you know, that's what women will
Who
do
you
to you.
talking to?
That's what women will do. That's what women will do to you, fellas. So you have to learn. You have to learn how to deal with it. Some men think they can argue with women. Like, you can't argue with women because, like the late Chris Tucker said, you know, well, not late Chris Tucker, but like Chris Tucker said back in the day, you know, men argue with logic. Women argue with their feelings. Like, you know, so you have to. You can't ever win an argument against someone's feelings. Like, you know, well, I
And
feel.
that's
One and one is two, babe. I've told you. Well, I feel like maybe it's two. Maybe it's three. Like, you know.
it. Yeah, but also don't forget, women have got this really, really great memory as well. So if you did something in 2011, we're
Oh,
going to
for
bring
sure.
that up as well.
For
So
sure.
you know when you did that thing in 2011 and you're like, it's 2026, but we are amazing at details.
I know you've done this thing, Kitty, haven't you?
Yeah,
You saved it up. Well, you remember when you remember what you done? You remember what you
yeah,
done?
yeah.
Yeah, I ain't forgotten. That's
All in
why I'm so
there,
stressed.
all in there, broads. All in there.
That's why I'm so stressed from last year when you did that thing to me, or 2 years ago when you done that thing to me. It's your fault I'm like this. You need to fix you need to get on my page.
The trauma.
Yes.
You've
All right.
triggered me.
All right. This is we have to use we have to keep a track of this. I was meant to write it down, but this is the video of the guy talking about the benefit system and
Oh, yes.
who's in receipt of the benefits. You guys make a note. I will make a note at some point later as well. But here we go. 3, 2, 1.
84% of universal credit claimants in the UK are mostly entirely UK citizens. 9.7% are in the EU settlement scheme, so they've come from the EU.
And they've settled here.
2.7% have indefinite leave to remain.
We're
And then
already at
1.5% are in the refugee group, and 1% are in the limited leave to remain. Pretty much 94% of people that claim universal credit are not immigrants from outside the EU. They're either immigrants from the EU or UK citizens.
This is it.
So why are you lot so held up on immigrants, bro?
So do you think they're upset at the fact that some of these UK citizens that are also claiming this benefit are us, basically? When you say UK citizen, you could be a black British
But look,
UK
Izzy, if
citizen
you
that's
look
also
at the
claiming benefit.
census, we only make up, I think, 3%. The way the GB News and all these right-wing programs have shown it is that it's the immigrants that are claiming most of the benefit, and it's the immigrants that will get.
So as most people of common sense know, like who are the main users of the benefit system? You know, it's always going to be the popular like the popular people on the land. Like, you know, if it's 90%, if it's British people, you're going to have 90% British people on the benefits, on universal credit, whatever it is. But you know, these things are very easy to fact check. This is what annoys me with some people, but it goes back to the sheep mentality. There are people that just like to be angry about whatever their favorite streamer is saying, rather than actually going and fact checking the information that they're angry about. Like, you know, so it's like even the stat today about the PBD thing with the nine-year-old. Like he reported it today, just 2 hours ago, as definitely no grey area. A 9-year-old girl they were talking about in the email. He didn't even add the extra bit that says that, like, you know, it's meant to be a typo. There's also documents that say she was 19, like, you know, and there's, you know, that we can argue both ways on that. But, you know, it's not people, you know, people just like they're very keen on just literally being led down some path.
What I will say is 94% of those, there is a lot of people that are actually working as well.
Universal
And
credit,
they are
most
claiming
people, you
universal.
have to, yeah, most people in creating universal
Yeah,
credit are
so
probably working.
they're not, and before anybody thinks that we're sort of saying anybody on universal credits is anything, we're not. What we're saying is it's not the immigrants that are taking the big percentage. We've got to look at these numbers and stop doing what they want us to do, which is go, it's all the illegal immigrants that are costing us all this money.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Those figures just show you. We're not left. We have to say this every time, don't we? We're not left. We're not right. We just want you to have the information in front of you.
Yeah.
We want this information.
People won't have that unless you're marching with them and singing the same songs as their choir. They'll label you a crazy lefty, like, you know, down the middle. If you showed me a stat that said immigrants were taking 50% of the benefits, I would say, all right, you know, maybe that's not a good idea, like, you know, and I could agree on that.
Yeah,
like, you know,
maybe we need to look at this a little bit more.
I'm a reasonable person, like, you know, like, but what I do think, I saw a video today of a guy, he was from Glasgow, and the police turned up at his door, and he had done some heinous thing. He had pretended to be a young man and done some heinous things to young boys. And he's laughing and joking. I do think we need a revamp in this country of how we deal with these people. Like, you should be, for someone that's done something so heinous to young children and women and stuff like that, like, you know, there should be severe consequences for you. It should be feared. Like, you know, unfortunately, yes, people are still going to do it, but when they do it, they need that punishment that acts as a deterrent. Oh, he had his hands chopped off. He had this chopped off. He had, like, you know, we need some
chemical
old school,
castration.
We need some old school punishment going on. Otherwise, people are going to run riot. And when you are having people coming from other countries that are really hard, and they see our justice system, they're going to laugh. They're going to laugh and say, yeah, nothing's stopping me from committing crime. I could literally go down the road, do something mad, and then I could be out in a year or something. Like, you know, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
No. When you think that people that are writing stuff, this is the bit that the right sort of cling on to, that people are writing stuff on the internet and getting more time than people that are troubling children.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'm not saying that those people that are writing stuff on the internet aren't inciting violence and whatever. What I'm saying is we all need to come together again on anybody that is troubling women and children or young people. It's not right. That video you sent me of that doctor, where he's just like, yeah, it happened, and this guy's knocked on his door and said, you've been troubling a 14-year-old girl?
Oh yeah,
And
I think I've got the video somewhere. Bear with me a second. Let's have a butchers. Let's have a butchers and see. Where are you hiding? Where are you hiding? Where are you? I'm pretty sure. Did I put you in my?
you
No.
sent it to me,
Oh,
babe, so it might be in there.
no, I've got it. I've got it on my desktop somewhere. Let me just find it. 1 second. No, where are you? Not that one. Not that one. That one. No, that's Tommy. Oh, here it is. 1 second. We're getting it up. We're getting it up. We're getting it up.
Don't say that.
Mm-mm. I've had my pill.
I just got an all clear from TikTok.
Oh yes, oh yes. Oh, well done with that, by the way. Well done
Yeah,
with that. So is that a long-term thing now then? Is it, or is it
it
just
better
like,
be.
what's
It better be.
is it just this one video they've cleared you
Yeah,
off?
it's just this one. They still haven't actually removed it yet,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I'm still on them.
Yeah, yeah, I really need to know how to speak to them because I need to know why I'm getting violated the way I am. Like every freaking live, I'm surprised this one doesn't get freaking banned.
I've
Like,
got a feeling we've got the same person.
yeah, like
Um,
everyone, everything, like I've gone through all the videos and I've looked at why you stay in TikTok prison. Like, it's impossible. Like,
mhm.
it's impossible. Like, I know. What's crazy as well, I was thinking about today, I generally know so many people on TikTok like that I speak to, like, and I just see their face and I just sort of know who they are. It's so weird, like, and I know they watch my videos, but let's get this up.
Yeah, I've been talking to inappropriately to children on the website.
They'll go to your hospital, yeah, and they'll take every single device that connects to the internet that you've got access to. The process will take between 6 and 9 months, dependent on whether you tell the truth to the police tonight or not. The hospital have got a duty of care now to investigate you. Phil Hill, had a massive investigation off the back of our confrontation with him.
Oh my God.
It hit the BBC.
Oh my, please don't.
And he was just.
Anything I can say about this brother is that he, at least he admitted it straight away he's very nonchalant about it, wasn't he? Yes, I've been talking inappropriately to children.
That's a doctor. Imagine how many children he's seen while he's been doing his job.
No.
Imagine he's been getting his rocks off. I hate to think of what he's done if one of them's been asleep. I just, the thoughts that went through my head of what this man is capable of, and he's just like, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. He'll probably got 12 months of struck off.
And the poor wife as well. Like, the poor wife. Like,
Yeah.
This is what, these men don't realize how they ruin their families' lives by doing this. Like, and they don't care. Like they like to do something like that. And you got the poor wife crying. That's probably the worst. And you see it when they turn up when those pea hunters turn up at people's doors and stuff. And what's
Have
worse,
you
yeah.
Sorry, go on. Carry on. You carry on.
No, I was just going to say, what's worse is when there's children when the person's got children as well, and you hear them bloody like shouting and screaming and shit.
I was going to say, have you ever done any sort of rabbit holing on chemical castration? Because I would like to know, and if anybody knows the answer to this, does it kill the sexual urge? Because that's what I'd want to know. If I'm going to chemically castrate them, I want to know that it's killing the urge, because it's the urge that is the driving force.
I probably disagree in some way, because I believe it's upstairs. Your mind controls everything. Your mind sends messages down there to get excited, So I believe the mind is probably the.
That's why they're trying to get it to be a mental illness, aren't they? They're trying to make it into a mental illness. It's not a mental illness. It's just disgusting. And
I don't care how you want to label it. I don't care how they want to label it. But I care that the people that have it are treated away from everyone else, like, you know, away from everyone else. And why can't we have a referendum that says we want these people just carved out of our society, sent away? Like, if you get caught doing that, you should
Well,
get
there's an
deported.
island going spare now. There's an island going spare. There's no, you know, there's nobody on it. Let's shove them all on there.
Yeah. But
Use
unfortunately,
Epstein's Island for what it was actually for, full of
yeah.
dirty.
Yeah, unfortunately, as we know, though, like, you know, it's all good. Like, I've spoken to women, I've spoken to young girls and done interviews with them, and where their stepdad has troubled them, and they've gone to
Oh,
prison, come back out, and the mum's got with them still. Like, you know,
the
the
mum
mum's
wants.
but
Yeah.
this is common. This is common. Like, you know, this is common for women to stay with the man that troubled their children. This is common.
Why? Why women? Do you know, sometimes I want to stick up for you all, and then you go and do it like this, and it just really grinds my gears. Because at the end of the day, your children, they're your children. Is there something wrong with me, Bruddc? Because I would go to war for my children. I would
think
literally suit up,
I
bally up.
I think sometimes what happens is people, it's hindsight's a fine thing, and we all say these things. If that was me, I would do this. If that was me, I would have done that to him and to her and whatever. But unfortunately, until you actually get into that situation, you really don't know what you're going to do. Like, you know, that's the reality of the.
Oh, I'd like to think that I know what I would do if somebody came to me and said they'd been troubling my daughter and I'd brought them into the house.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that they would never step foot in my house again.
Mm.
There's no way I'm going to be getting them letters about, you know, when I get out, babe, I love you, and we're going to work it out. No. You're not coming anywhere near my children again.
Yeah, I did say this, like, not necessarily that, but I was talking about how naive some women are, especially in this day and age on social media. Like, you know, I was speaking about it because honestly, it is just like, it's, if you wouldn't believe some of the stories that I hear, and how some women have got themselves into one big bit of trouble with a guy that they've met online and stuff, and it just happened. It is happening so frequent. It's like, and like I said to you, I use the example, like, you know, you've got women like you've got 3 or 4 kids. They're in their 60s and their 50s, and hey, not for me, Lo. I don't know what she's talking about. In their 50s and their 60s, and yeah, they're going with 30-year-old young men with the turkey teeth and all, like, you know, geared up, like, you know, the proper lads, the proper trauma cake,
Trauma
basically.
causers.
Literally the trauma cake. Like, you know, and they're like, oh, why can't it work out and play thing like that? You just be realistic, like, you know, you have to be realistic with your expectations. And a lot of women are really offended when I say to them that they should they should try and find someone their own age or a little bit older, like, or a little bit older maybe. And it's plus if you go older, like, you know, certain women, they're happy to go hospice older. Some of them African women ain't playing the games, mate. Like, yeah, I'll look after you. I'll wipe your ass.
What, them black women going over and stealing our old white men?
You'll have to make a meme for it. You'll have to make a meme for that. Stealing on our old rich white men.
Our old ass white man.
We want them saggy asses back. Saggy asses and big wallets.
Yeah, and the wills. I don't think I'd get offended. You know, if I said to you, look, I've met this guy, he's 30 years old, he's blah, 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 and he looks like you went to me, babe, you're punching. I'd just go, actually, but I'm going to have a bit of fun with it, and then I'm going to get rid of it.
I wouldn't ever say that anyone's punching, because sometimes sometimes guys meet people, and this has happened to me before, where you meet someone that's not really great looking or everything, but they're really nice. Like, you know, they're really nice people. You can fall in love with a really nice person. Like, you know, yes, there might be some issues on the down the line. You might be looking away. Like, you know, you might be looking at sowing your oats, and, you know, but still, like, you know, there are but I don't know. Anyway, let's go back to what have we got over here. We've got you can
come on, play my favourite.
Yeah,
play my favourite.
Do you want the popcorn one first, or do you want the other one?
Play the popcorn and then play the other one. Literally, just play them, because this man is my hero.
Yeah, look at this guy. So you got a brother over here. in his 40s, and you've got a lady over here in her 40s as well, and she knows all about this this hip hop beef.
Rolling, everybody.
Yeah, I love it.
Love it. Let's turn off Rob just for this one.
So this is him eating his popcorn, celebrating, looking proud of himself, and then
It's
this
come to
is-
my attention that everyone's calling me
His
a troll.
DoorDash
Some said even king of
advert.
trolls. First of all, I'm flattered, but I'm done with all that. I would never do a deal with DoorDash and quite literally deliver beef when millions of people are watching. I mean, who would do something like that? Delivering quality beef? It's more of an art than science. Don't want to be too obvious. It's all about timing, and I'm always on time. Oh, they sell Combs. What a coincidence. No matter what kind of beef you have going on this weekend, remember DoorDash delivers. And you know what goes great with beef? A bottle of this beautiful Branson cognac, aged 4 years or 50 months. Who's keeping count? It's come to my attention
Oh, I
that
love
everyone's
him.
calling me a
I
troll.
love him.
Some say
I
even king
hope
of
to be
trolls.
as petty as that man. I want to be as rich and as petty as that man. He's just amazing. And obviously I have to tell you the story. So the story is with the popcorn is he turned up for P. Diddy's trial with a big bag of popcorn and was going to sit in the front of the trial with the popcorn watching Diddy's trial, and they actually turned him away. So that's what that's about. But the DoorDash advert is I don't know who came up with it, whether it was his idea, but the little subtle bits, the ABC book, which is what he told Floyd Mayweather to go read, the cheesy puff Daddy, obviously the always on time Ja Rule. When you think about the things he's done to Ja Rule, it's just criminal but absolutely hilarious. He bought the first 4 rows of one of his concerts and made sure that they stayed empty just to get back at Ja Rule. Then obviously there's the Combs. Oh, Combs, don't want to make it too obvious. And then he says, just at the end, if you just stick around, and he goes, and it's been left for 4 years or 50 months. I'm not going to wait. And that's the exact time that P. Diddy got. 4 years, 50 months. I just thought, oh, 50. Oh, my darling. Do you know, if I could, I'd hand him a list of people to do next. In fact, we could do with him doing Epstein next, couldn't we? But this man has literally had beef with P. Diddy for 20 years, and he waited and he waited. And that documentary he dropped was amazing. He's also told us, Jay-Z, don't sit too comfortably because I'm coming for you next.
Yeah, this is the thing. You know, it does seem like people's time's up. People are like, accountability is finally here, and people are gonna come out and start throwing people not throwing them under the bus, but you know, calling people out for their sins. Let's just say. And what's quite clear is that, you know, in even the political world, they're up to their madness. Definitely the rap and R&B world, and the music industry, the acting industry. Like, we know that there's filthy animals there that have done some foul stuff. Yeah, it's time to face the music, I would say.
I actually said to my sister the other day, I can genuinely understand why he was shot 9 times. I'd have shot him 10.
Wow.
50, because the man just doesn't let go. He just keeps going and going and going. And I said, I can genuinely understand now why he was shot 9 times.
Wow.
Because it's like a dog with a bone, but it's brilliant. It's brilliant TV. And whoever made that advert, whoever wrote it, I don't even know if it was him. And the way that he's laughing at the end because he knows what he's done, I just think he's amazing. I just think he's amazing for coming out, and apparently the rumor is he's paid for a lot of people to sue him criminally, not just you know, a lot of these young women to maybe take it to a criminal charge. So he's using a lot of the money from the documentary for that. So do you know what? Hats off, 50.
Hats off
in
to
a
all
club.
50. Hats off to all 50. And let's move over to our final story. This is Amazon. You know, people, we've been speaking about AI a little bit, and, you know, people's perception of AI taking your job is, oh, it's not going to happen for another 10 years. We've been saying it for 10 years. Amazon, let's have a look at this, guys. Since 2015. Since 2015, guys. Oh, sorry, 2025. My bad. Sorry. So that's just like 1 year.
A year.
1 year and 2 months. And 2 months we're in at the minute. I think it was 16,000 people lost their jobs last year, and just in January, another 14,000 lost their job due to AI at Amazon. What's going to happen to these 30,000 or these, let's just say the people this year that have made New Year's resolutions? I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And these jobs weren't the men on the ground. These jobs were people in the offices, people working in the offices that have now lost their jobs. 14,000 people have been told in January, you're surplus to requirements and you're out of a job, and AI is taking your job. So where does it go?
It goes towards that 94% on universal credit.
But this is America. Unfortunately, that's Amazon's America.
I know, I was going to say.
They're
Well, yeah,
scared.
then they join the homeless and the people with no life behind their eyes.
They've lost
But
their medical.
it's like I said to you earlier, isn't it? It's amazing that all these people have not got jobs yet. He's sending Katy Perry into space. This man has that much money. He's sending Katy Perry into space.
Yeah.
He's making films about Melania Trump. He's the one that's made the film about Melania Trump, Jeff Bezos. So are you telling me that he couldn't keep these people on? I just think, I can't work out billionaires.
Yeah.
They're just, like you say, the elite just don't want the people.
I mean, I can't be naive. I can understand. Let's just say, right, 16,000 people this year. I'm paying them. Let's say I'm paying them all 20 grand each. That's a hell of a lot of money. Let's just say. And someone says to me, right, you're spending, let's say whatever the number is, 5 or 6 million, maybe even 10 million. You're spending 10 million a year on your staff over here. I can give you this machine, this technology for £1 million. You only have to buy it once, and it will do the job of all those 16,000 people. As a business person, you've got to list. I don't think we can really blame the business people for making those decisions. But they are ruthless decisions. But this is business, and I don't know where we go with it, because if we keep thinking like that and we keep allowing these billionaires, the top 5%, to make these kind of decisions, that's going to take away normal people's jobs. What happens? Well, the call center jobs that are brought all over India, they're talking about they're not even needed now. So when all this sort of AI starts getting tweaked a bit better, we've got the self-driving cars already in Japan, and they're coming over here apparently by the end of the year. There's a lot of jobs. A lot of jobs are going to get lost, and what happens then?
It's scary, isn't it? We've been saying for quite a long time that people are going to become obsolete. That you just don't need people. But I will say this, right? If anybody gets sacked from Amazon, make sure you trip all the electrics before you go. Literally. Pour water over the
punch the robot. There's memes. There's actual
pour water
memes.
over the plug sockets and everything.
Yeah.
Just trip all the electric
Yeah.
and watch them squirm.
There's actually memes. There's actually memes going around saying that the army or the military should blow up these AI factories before they take everyone's job.
Yeah,
That's what they're saying. They're literally saying people need to blow up the factories.
I just think it's. I mean, I know it's part of business, and I know that business grows with this sort of thing, but the humanity in it, it's just there's no humanity in there. People need to eat, and it's so scary that, like you say, before long, Katy Perry will still be in space, and everybody will be out of a job. I just think it's mad. I would say everybody cancel your Prime, but I love my Prime because it gets in within 24 hours.
There we go. We can count on you, okay? We can count on Kitty to attack the elite. She'll stand with us. Well, I'm halfway through the episode. After the season, I'll do it then. Let me
just order my outfit. It's coming tomorrow.
Yeah. And Amazon is a great service. Like we can't deny it. Like Amazon, back in the day, I don't think it was that long ago. I think it's like 10 years ago. eBay was the one, and no one trusted Amazon. And then
No.
Amazon now is totally flipped the switch, isn't it? Like
Yeah, it's crazy as well because you think about it. Shops like Wilko's have gone out of business. The company Wilko's has gone out of business because of things like Amazon Prime.
Yep.
Nobody goes, nips to Wilko's now and gets all those toiletries. They just get them all on Amazon Prime. If you've got Prime service, it's next day delivery.
It's coming tomorrow. Like if I order something now, there's a good chance. If I ordered it before 10 o'clock, there's a good chance it'll be here. Do you know, sometimes I've ordered stuff and it comes the same day.
Yeah, I've had that, especially with electrical stuff, like chargers and things like that.
Yeah. I think they
They can be here the same day.
I think they stock some stuff, don't they? I think.
Yeah. Well, I know we've got a department sort of thing just up the road from us. So, but it's quite scary, like you say, that we will become obsolete. People will become obsolete, and it's a scary, scary thought. What are we going to do to feed our kids? What are we going to do to? We can't all be on TikTok.
No. And we're not even safe there. They'll have AI. They'll have AI.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Well. They've already got AI performers attacking your other industry. So yeah. But guys, our Friday session has come into an end, and we hope everyone has a fabulous weekend. Look out for some of our content coming over the weekend. We're going to be doing some interviews, hopefully some street interviews as well, getting some reactions from the people out on the streets. Kitty, anything you want to say before we rock and roll?
Just have a great weekend. I really enjoyed this show, by the way. I really enjoyed sort of just talking with you guys. We do want more, input from you. But yeah, have a great weekend and keep your eye out.
Have a great weekend, guys. Peace and love to you. Peace.